Yep, run.
Hi, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday. Not that I've had any tacos today, but that's what day it is.
I want to just point out that last week you said it would rain on Tuesday.
I know.
And then the weather kept saying, nope, 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 nope. I was in the backyard and it started to drizzle enough to where it was uncomfortable and I wanted to go in.
See?
So
I know.
I'm just saying, you know, you called it, even though they didn't have it on your phone.
Even though I know that there was rain up
Oh, yeah,
San Francisco
Eureka.
area and down. So anyway, there has been rain today, and now there's going to be rain, I believe, on Sunday.
Nope, now it's gone.
And it's gone now?
Yep.
Well, you never know. Here today, gone tomorrow. It's going to still be in the 70s, I believe. So,
Yeah,
She took
70s
my
and
phone
60s.
so that's where we're at.
That's because my cheaters broke.
So, anyway,
And the writing on this thing is
I know the
so
writing on this book is
ridiculous.
so tiny.
I mean, this one area is literally like
My granddaughter is busy
it's
cooking in the kitchen.
I think it's a 4 font. Like I think it's a 4
No, I think it's a 2.
because it's there's just no way.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's really. But my granddaughter made some really delicious cinnamon rolls, so I'm not saying nothing.
so yeah.
She can make all the noise she wants. It's okay.
All right. Well, we are now
All
on
right.
the
Numbers.
3rd book. Genesis,
right.
Exodus, Leviticus. Fourth book. Numbers.
Some people say 3rd. Most people say 4th.
It's the 4th
I
book.
think we'll go with 4th.
All right.
Okay.
It's the 4th book.
It's been a day.
And here's the lowdown. It's just a bunch of people going through, the Israelites going through the wilderness. But they started counting all the people, mainly just for like wars and like for the colonies and everything in here in Numbers is the census of so-and-so, the census of the Levites, the difference of all of the census again. And every time they'd pack up and leave, they would do another census.
And what's interesting, we still do a census to this day every 10 years.
Right? Oh, that came in the mail. I think it's going on.
So it's something that even though it started way back thousands of years ago, most countries still continue to do a census because they need to know how many citizens they have.
And then it also is, they say that Numbers is also the second part of Exodus.
Yes,
So
it is.
they say Moses wrote it, but back then, you got to remember, like, time-wise, it's not like they had all these different ways of doing things. Like, it could take a long time. So the actual amount in years isn't really in there, but, like, during this particular event, this census was taken and this happened. But all the different events that happened in Numbers are just like how our forefathers, like with you know, the whole thing about finding, like, for instance, they said the United States.
It's kind of the continuation of Exodus. Leviticus just kind of got thrown in there with all the laws telling everybody this is how you do it. And I forgot, you're right. It is
A continuation
in Numbers are a continuation of Exodus, and it goes into a little bit more detail, I think.
But it's not necessary. Like, it's not easy to, like, really apply, especially the first 5 books, like the time, because they're saying that it's almost like there's no evidence outside of the Bible that it happened. So there's, you know, like, this particular event going through the wilderness is because this is what everybody told everybody what happened. Just like we only know what we were told when, you know, before.
Right.
So that's what is so, but it's really cool that the Numbers, it breaks down all of the way that they had things and how
Yeah.
they set their camps up. And
Yes.
it tells you and shows you an efficient and effective way to set up an actual campsite and keep people safe and where to put things.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it's sort of how towns and cities to this
Yep.
day are
set up.
built. You have the city, and like just say like the courthouse,
The city, yeah, the courthouse.
and then you have
city
the
hall,
businesses
police department. Those
are all
things,
central,
city
and then,
government.
Yeah, and then you have the businesses. You have your main street, and then it goes out to more housing developments, and then it goes out even further to like the more rural areas.
Yeah.
So or colonies. So the first 5 books we keep saying are literally the makings of how we live today
Yeah.
and how things are set. I mean, it's really cool. The book that in my Bible, it has a picture, and it's really cool how you read about it and how they set it up and how you look at how cities are done now. It's still the same way. And
It's kind of, it is amazing when we go back and you read, and like I said, when I was reading Leviticus and seeing all the laws, it's like all of those civil laws and criminal laws are so much what our laws are today. They go all the way back to then, and how what constitutes a crime and a civil lawsuit, and
the big thing though,
just amazing.
you had the cloud and the fire.
Yep.
But it's really cool in here, the sound, it's called the silver trumpets. And it tells Moses that he's supposed to make these 2 silver trumpets, but it tells him how you make it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you summons people to come in for like congregation. That's how you summons them. It's kind of cool how our military has and uses these very simple trumpets, which is how they're described here in the Bible, and how they, the bugles?
Keep going. The bugle. I was going to say it's not really.
Yeah,
we
it's a
call them
bugle. Yeah.
The bugle, because the trumpets all. But yeah, they're basically the same.
And then it also says that when you are going to war, you also make.
Yes.
You shall sound an alarm, which is it calls it in here the trumpets. So I mean, God, it's just so fascinating. The first 5 books, how many
Much of it is, yes.
things that how we call and we do an alarm.
What is an alarm? Somehow you make a sound.
You make a
it's
trumpet and you make
trumpet,
a sound or
it's
whatever.
a siren. It's a lot of places now. Homes have
All the different.
the alarms and everything, but somehow you make an alarm, and so it's just amazing. There's just so much.
The other part about it, Numbers, is all of the how irritated they would get. They're doing what God's asked them to do. We're walking into the wilderness to go to this promised land, and all these things and events happen. They stayed focused on God, but
Until
they didn't, and then you got all the things that happened, and then they had to come back to God, and
well, that's like when Moses, if you remember, when Moses went up Mount Sinai to get the 10 Commandments, they felt he'd been gone too long.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to be gone as long as he was. And so they wanted Aaron, they demanded that he melt down some of the gold and everything and create a golden image for them to bow down to, because Moses was gone. And then Moses came down and said, bad, bad, bad people. So it's like, we keep saying it's God's timing.
Well, do you
And
know?
it truly is God's timing.
Do you know why originally fringes were put on shawls?
No, you told me the other day. I don't remember.
The fringes were told to Lord told Moses to speak to the Israelites and tell them to make fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the generations, and to put a blue cord on the fringe at each corner. You have the fringe so that when you see it, you will remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. And do not follow the lust of your own heart or your own eyes. Like, fringes had a purpose back then. And fringes, I know in different countries, have a purpose and a reason too. So, I mean, you gotta just, and of course, Aaron is his son.
No, it's brother.
Brothers. So it has, again, a lot of ceremonial informations in Numbers as well. And the journey of Moab, the bronze serpent.
Yep. There's a lot there.
So they made it. The Israelites just kept going through that desert.
That's right. They kept on. They'd maybe disobey and grumble, and then God would hear them. So sometimes he'd reach out and do something, or sometimes he'd reach out and say, no.
I mean, they say,
but then they'd go, okay, God, we're sorry. And God, of course, would forgive, and on they would go.
In the census, they literally list everybody's name, who's the father of
Begot.
And
I skipped all those.
Yeah.
At some point, it's like, no, I don't care who begot who.
Now, it does talk about all the different offerings. You have your monthly offerings, you have your festival, you have your Day of Atonement. But back then, you also had to pay for those things. Martin Luther said, no, you don't.
Anyway.
There you go. Numbers is just filled with fascinating information.
Yes, it is. So, and it's not, it is kind of, but if you get a chance sometime, even if all you do is just kind of skim through it, maybe read a little bit here and there.
What was that where it says?
And then the practical applications.
Yeah, what does it say there?
Trust in God's plan. Encourages believers to trust God's guidance and timing, even during difficult periods.
Timing.
That's what we were talking about. Importance of obedience. Highlights the need for obedience to God's commands and the consequences of rebellion.
Imagine walking through the wilderness.
And then preparation for spiritual journeys. Emphasizes the need for preparation and organization and following God's direction.
There you go.
Yep.
That's what happens when you follow them.
So
this is really cool. Between that and my study Bible,
I know.
It's
really
my study
cool.
Bible has pictures, so that makes it really fun. It makes you stop and look why there's a picture of the Bible.
All right.
So that's Numbers, y'all.
Okay, so tomorrow will be Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy. It'll be the 5th book.
Say thank you.
Okay. We'll just say thank you to Jesus. I planted my garden today, so they're actually planted.
Oh, good.
So I said my prayer and asked God to please make them bountiful for the food that we'll be able to get.
All right.
All right, then.
All right, everybody.
Thank you, Jesus. Amen. God bless y'all. Be safe. Enjoy. And it's a nice way to have a nice day today. It's kind of cold, so put a jacket on.
All right, everyone. Have a good evening. Sweet dreams. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Blessings.